Yes, welcome to the Town Planning Program, and I am your host, Olubumi Ruben. Now, this Town Planning Program explores the latest developments in urban and planning design. It's a program that helps you to understand what happens in the planning system all over the world, and especially in Abuja. Now, in this program, we don't just talk without having people that are experts in the building. And we have experts in the studio who will share insightful discussions and also solutions for this our program today. Joining me today are two experts from the urban and regional planning. Yes, so like I said, we bring people who are experts in what they know how to talk about. And I have with me here Town Planner Nasiru Modibo. He is a member, Nigerian Institute of Town Planners. I hope I got it. You're welcome, sir.
Yes, thank you very
You're
much.
welcome, sir. All
Glad
right.
to be here.
Also with me here is Town Planner Sani Adamu. He is also the member, Nigerian Institute of Town Planners. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, it's good to have you in the studio. And
Pleasure is mine.
yes, I could remember we were here last week and we started on a very exciting topic, which is the Abuja Master Plan. So, sir, for those who were not with us here last week, can you just give us a recap of what the Abuja Master Plan is so that we can understand what it is? Let's just have a recap of what the Abuja Master Plan is.
Listeners, good evening. It's good to be here again once more. Abuja Master Plan is a guiding document. It's a document that we used in the FCT and FCDA to develop the city to where it is today. We call it the famous Black Book.
Yeah, the famous Black Book.
Yeah, so but a lot of people do not know that Abuja had what we call, I won't call it a Bible, but I call it the Dictionary of the Development of the City.
Okay.
It prescribes the neighborhood concept for which the city was developed. It looks like we've been talking about technicalities, but we have to understand that we're talking to people who do not understand what a master plan is about. So we need to bring ourselves to the level for us to make them understand clearly what the master plan is all about. It's a document, it's a book that has all necessary principles within it. And it has been with us for over 40 years. And all the developments we have seen today, the highways, the residential structures, the commercial enclaves, the neighborhood facilities, district centers, the sectors, and the rest of them are all embedded as a principle, as a guide within the book itself. Maybe as time goes on, as we speak further, we should be able to make people understand the technicalities or the aspect of what the plan entails.
Okay, so before we continue, to our listeners out there, you can also watch us live on Facebook. That is, you head over to Eagles FM Abuja, you see us on Facebook, and also on YouTube, Eagles 1023. You see us there on Facebook, on YouTube. So you can watch us live. And also, you can also drop your questions and let us know your questions and comments, and we'll answer them for you. So, last week, after we finished with the program, someone reached out to me from Day. Did I get it right? Day. So he said his name is James Abolade, and this was the question he asked. So I'm giving this question to you, sir. Yeah. So he said that, okay, we have talked about the master plan, and he said that how will the master plan reduce traffic, that's traffic congestion, and improve traffic flow? I want to understand, is there any provision in the master plan to reduce the traffic congestion and also, improve traffic flow?
All right, thank you once more. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yes, sir.
Let me reiterate that one of the cardinal objectives of a master plan is transportation.
Okay.
The idea of a master plan overall is to make it conducive, convenient, and easy for people to navigate from their homes to the business premises, to their work environments, to places of worship, places of recreation, wherever you want to go. The master plan envisages that you should be able to go within a reasonable time.
Okay.
And even location of land uses
Okay.
is made in such a way that it will reduce the traffic within the city. What do I mean? From your house,
Yeah.
the Abuja master plan is based on the neighborhood concept.
Okay. Yeah.
So it is expected that within your neighborhood,
Yeah.
you're going to have a hospital,
Okay,
you're going to have
uh-huh.
a school,
Okay.
you're going to have a police post around you, you're going to have all the necessary facilities that you need. Some will envisage that within a walking distance, your children should be able to go to a school without having to use a vehicle. So
okay.
they will go within a walking distance, and there is a radius we calculate, and we know that you don't need to walk that distance for you to access basic facilities and services that makes life easy.
Okay.
So that is one of the cardinal
No.
principles of every master plan, Abuja master plan inclusive. And when you see the road network
Yeah.
in Abuja master plan,
Yes.
they didn't come by mistake.
Okay.
They were designed purposely to reduce traffic congestions,
Okay.
to make the city very easy to move from point A to point B,
B.
to carry out your normal daily routines.
Okay.
That is why you see the roads, they go bigger in size.
Okay. Yeah.
From your neighborhood,
Yeah.
when you come out of your house,
Yeah, it
is
expands, it's
expected
wider.
you
Yeah.
come out to a local street, then you migrate to an important local street.
Okay.
I'm sorry to use these technical words. So the roads are a little bit bigger in size,
Okay.
to be able to collect and match them into a bigger road.
Okay.
And from there you move to a higher hierarchy
Yeah.
until you get to where you are going. And you see some of the roads,
Yes.
don't even have traffic lights,
Sure. Yes.
like the expressways. When you are coming from Kubwa
Yeah.
or from all the way from Zuba
Yes.
down to the city,
Yes.
you won't experience any traffic light that will stop you to waste your time.
Just going straight.
We have the expressway
Way.
and we also have the service lane. So if you are in a hurry, or you don't have reason to stop anywhere,
Yeah.
maybe to buy fuel, or you just move straight to the expressway,
Okay.
and you keep going, nothing will stop you. So all those things are deliberate imprints
Okay.
in the master plan
Oh.
to make traffic flow
Flow.
very easy. And then sometimes we also devise other means when we notice the traffic
Okay.
is getting a little bit congested,
Yes.
due to one reason or the other.
Yes.
We introduce various ways. For instance, we can convert some streets
Yeah.
into a one-way street
Okay.
system in such a way that you will just be going continuously, and there will be no other vehicle to interfere with your movement. Then we introduce separation grids,
Okay.
in some places,
Yeah.
and so on and so forth.
Okay.
So
Okay, maybe to add on to what
what
my
he
colleague
said.
has said is
Yeah.
that people should understand that the master plan provided for sequential development of the city.
Okay.
The situation whereby phase one of the city has to be fully developed before you
going to
move
the
on
next
to the
phase.
second phase of the city.
Okay.
So a lot of people are really not aware that we have phase one, phase two, phase three, phase four north and the south, and then the city belly, which is now the planning area phase 5. A lot of people do not know that. And some of these phases are being divided by major highways. Like, for example, maybe let's make it as cheap as it can be.
Yeah.
The Zuba Villa Highway,
Yes.
that is the Murtala Mohammed Way, is an expressway. It has
Yeah.
a thoroughfare, it has a design speed.
Yes.
And that one is called the Onyx.
Onyx.
But it was named Murtala Mohammed Way.
Way.
You understand? So between phase one, where we have the Maitama, the Gariki,
Yes.
the Wuse,
Yeah.
and the rest of them, is being separated alongside phase two by Ring Road 1. So whoever is driving between what we call Maitama Minister's Hill down towards Mabushi, Berga area 1, then to the Ossex.
Yeah.
So now the Ossex is one that was commissioned recently Mr. President.
Yeah.
And whoever knows what Ossex is about is you drive behind the villa towards Apu,
Yeah,
Budu district, Apu to Wasa. Wasa district.
Yeah.
You see the ways have opened up. So the problem of traffic being faced in that area has reduced. So now the Ring Road one separates the Maitamas, the Wusis, the Garikis.
Yeah.
Now to Katampi, Mabushi, Durumi, Wuye, Gudu, and the rest of them.
Yeah, those areas. Yeah.
So now if you go to the Ring Road 2 again, which separates Jahi, Katampi, and the rest of them with Guarimpa,
Yeah, that
Kafi,
area. Yeah.
Bunkuru, and the rest of them. So people should know that we have Ring Road 1, which separates phase 1 and phase 2.
Sure.
We have the Ring Road 2, which separates phase 2 to phase 3.
Three.
We have the Ring Road 4, which is coming in the future, very, very soon.
Very soon.
And the Ring Road 4 is to be, I think, joined by the regional road F105 that is coming out from Kuje. So a lot of people do not know that
Yes.
right now the Ring 105 is being, built on ground now, and it's coming somewhere within Kiami district to join the Ring Road 4. Is yet to come up though, but I can assure you something is coming up.
Wow, this is very insightful. So the thing is, this master plan, this Abuja master plan, is really working to make sure that transportation becomes easier, and also there's a flow of traffic from one end to another. Okay, now we've been hearing about FCC and FCT. So what's the difference between FCC and FCT? Is it the same thing, or there's a difference, or are they similar?
They are interrelated, they are interwoven.
Okay.
We just finished talking about FCC phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, and phase 4.
Okay.
That is the federal capital city.
Federal
The-
capital
yes,
city.
initially it's 250 square kilometers of land.
Okay.
So when you talk about the FCT, you're talking about inclusive of the regional area, the 8,000 square kilometers of land that surrounds the federal capital territory. So entails the regional areas that's vis-a-vis the Abaji,
Yeah.
Kwaligwa, Gwalada, Kuje, Amak, and Buhari.
Okay. So that's the
now,
FCC.
that is generally the federal capital territory.
Territory.
That capital territory is what has a boundary between the Abuja itself. Let me call it Abuja so people will understand.
Yeah.
And adjoining states like Nasarawa, Kogi, Kaduna, and Niger.
Niger.
So those boundaries we have, the end point of those regional or area councils, the 6 area councils, form the FCT, 8,000 square kilometers.
Okay.
Of course, we have some issues of boundary adjustments to be made between Nasarawa and FCT because it is not clear, but government is really working on that. But when we talk of the FCC, we're talking about the city itself, the phase 1,
The phase
where
one,
we have the
yeah.
Maitamas, the Wuses, and the Garkis.
Okay.
The phase 2, where we have the Katampis, the Duse, the Durimis. The phase 3, where we have the Guarimpa, Life Camp, and the rest of them. Then the phase 4,
Yeah.
north, where we have the Kaba, the Sabongida, the Saburi, and the rest of them. That is phase 4 north. And then where we have Burum, Wasa, what do you call them?
Kaba.
And the rest of the names, are regionally inclined.
Okay.
That is where we have the south.
Okay.
And then we have the city belly. That is where the city, the Lugbe is. Where the Akwe Estate, the Lugbe, and the rest of the Kiami,
is
the
also-
city belly, where it's undergoing planning at the moment.
Wow, that's wonderful. That's nice. That's so nice to hear. Okay, now so I want us to talk about community engagement. So I believe that for things to work out, everybody must work hand in hand to make sure things go well. So now concerning this Abuja master plan, now how can residents, stakeholders, policymakers work together to ensure that the master plan reflects the needs and aspirations of all its citizens? I mean, what are they supposed to do? I believe that as a resident, there's something you're supposed to do to make sure this master plan comes to fruition.
Yes, thank you very much. And this question is a very important question.
Okay.
Building a city, especially a federal capital city
Yeah.
of a great country, the most populous black nation on earth, Nigeria,
Yes.
requires a collective effort. building the city is not only the responsibility of government. It is the responsibility of every citizen that lives here, that comes here to do whatever thing, as long as you have something to do in the city, in the FCT, you have become an automatic stakeholder. And the city is being developed for the sake of everybody. So the government engages the people, even at planning stage, at various schemes. You know, there is a level of size of a scheme that will be carried out, that we have to call for public participation. Now stakeholders are called upon. Stakeholders involve professionals in the built environment, you know, the government agencies, the general public, every other person is a stakeholder. So the idea is for us to have a plan that suits our lifestyle. And this happens even during plan preparation, because before you prepare a plan, you must know the people you are planning for. You must know their needs and their aspirations. So you must take that into cognizance. That is what we call socio-economic survey in planning. And that, in simple terms, means the social and economic characteristics of a population. And it's fundamental. Before you draw a single line, you must know those, because those are your guiding principles. Because you are planning for people, you must know what they want. You must know their desires, their aspirations. You must know their economic status. You must know their social background, how they live, how they interrelate, and that is what comes to play in your plan. So, in the implementation of that plan, everybody becomes a stakeholder. Now, how do citizens ensure that this plan is protected? A lot of problems we encounter normally comes from the citizens, especially the political class.
We're getting there.
We have to be frank about it. You understand?
All right.
Somebody will come today and say he wants a land in Maitama, Asokoro, to build a house, when it has been allocated in the 1980s. All right? Because that is the only place he can see infrastructure. And he must belong there. All right? And because of the peculiar nature of our country, you know, somehow, some way, he has to find a way to squeeze himself there. But that is not the ideal thing. All right? When you come, you have a land. You are supposed to adhere strictly
to what
you are given to build. If you are given for residential, you obtain your building plan for residential, and you develop in line with the plan. Deviating from the plan is now defeating the whole essence
of the master plan.
So everybody need to queue up behind the master plan, because if you play your role, I didn't play my own. What I do wrong affects you, even if you are right and you have not done anything wrong. But just because your neighbor, I'll give you a typical scenario. If you are in a residential area and your neighbor suddenly come to build a hotel and there is a club, then you cannot sleep, your children cannot sleep. That's no fault of your own. Because somebody decide to abuse the master plan. All right? So, and we have a lot of enforcement mechanisms to take care of those things. But collectively, if every citizen act responsibly towards the master plan, we'll have a sane city, a sane society, where even the flies and the birds will be happy. Because of
Thank you so much.
You see, you asked of citizens' engagement. Sometimes in 1999, you know, we spoke last week that the master plan was prepared in 1976 by International Planning Associates alongside Kenza Tange.
Yeah.
And it was submitted to the government of Nigeria in 1979.
Yeah.
It was to give us a 25-year plan to see how far we have gone in terms of developing the city to a point where we are today. But the document itself has been on ground for over 40 years and has never been comprehensively reviewed. So when the issue of the first review came sometimes in 1999, there was what we call a stakeholder conference. And this stakeholder conference now took in the generality of the population, including people from international space, the academia, and then the people themselves, which came up together, sat down, and then discussed how do we make this plan more efficient. Now that it has lasted more than 26 years, or maybe more than 30 years, and that time a communique was, a white paper was prepared that necessitated the review that kickstarted sometimes in 2006.
Okay.
By Albert Speer and partners.
Yeah, I said so last time.
Yeah, so you can imagine now that a plan is supposed to last maybe 25 years. It needs to be reviewed and never been reviewed comprehensively. That time was the first step we took in terms of reviewing it.
Yes. And
that was an engagement. That's stakeholder conference. Okay. So now we're about, I think the administration has given approval to review Abuja Master Plan alongside I don't want to break the ice, but very soon it's going to be clear.
Okay.
The review is going to come up comprehensively this time around.
Yeah.
And then there's going to be alongside, we're going to work alongside a reputable international organization like a bilateral agreement with Nigerian government, which of course government is the one that is going to bring it out, not just us. We're just talking about a normal master plan product. So the population themselves can come in and discuss via that stakeholder conference that is going to be in view very soon. Okay. And then at that conference, they bring in ideas how we can make Abuja better. So it means what my colleague has said, that developing the city is not just for government alone. Right. It's, you have to carry people along, know what their needs. So I said when he was speaking that we need to understand the economic, social, and cultural orientations and needs of the people. If you don't know that, what are you planning for? Now, for example, you are planning for something, okay, let me provide a school for people in this aspect. But what they really need is a hospital or maybe a primary health center and not a school, because maybe they have another one that needs to be upgraded. So you should understand what the people need, then you bring what they need. At a time, we call it maybe an intervention plan. Okay. You see, when you create, like if you build a vehicle, it does not mean that vehicle remains standard all through. It ages and it needs to be serviced. So and then a problem will come. Then you may need to remove the part and
put another one.
So intervention planning, action plan, or strategic plan, or city or rural planning, whatever you call them, are interventions where they assist the master plan in solving the problem that was never envisaged that was going to come. And now if you plan, you don't carry the people along, you're going to have a problem. For example, when we're doing this Garki village resettlement, Garki village is still there. The resettled area that has been built in Apo has been sold by so many people, and then we've gone back to square zero. The village is still there. You go to Jabi, they are still there. You go to Utako, the village is still there, embedded within the city. We are not saying that we should totally shift these people out of the city. No. We have a resettlement policy that is being considered now by FCT administration to keep them within, but shift them from the location where they are and then plan the area. If part of the resettlement policy is to like integrate them, it means the thatched, the mud houses, the block, semi-block houses, and the rest of it needs to give way for a modern high-rise building and put them there. But somebody who has never gone to school, or maybe somebody who has never is used to using firewood in cooking his food, then you put him on the 10th floor. Imagine the stress and the problem. Because what if there is fire outbreak? Where do you start from? People should start flying like Superman and start coming down. No, this crisis. So you need to carry them and know what they are. Then you tell them that okay, we want to put high-rise building here, maybe 25 floors or 15 floors, depending on what the design manual specifies. You see, that's another thing again. The master plan itself came with what we call design and control manual, and that design and control manual is to be controlled and used by Department of Development Control, so that they can guide the principles of the master plan to what we envisage the city should be. So when we begin to talk about technicalities, a lot of people will not understand. But these little examples I gave you. So now the people want to be part of the city, and we intend to clear you and then put high-rise building.
would
But
you make
we've forgotten that you are using firewood to cook. And we say you should use gas. And somebody will see the pipe there for gas, doesn't know what it is, and he begins to vandalize it.
Oh my
Imagine the crisis that will
Yeah.
come. Even as sophisticated as Dubai could be, recently they had a fire they couldn't contain.
yeah.
Saudi Arabia, the same thing. UK, the same thing. A lot of people passed on. You can see that these are places that are even fully developed.
Yeah.
So you can imagine how we are gradually going to carry people along in terms of reviewing Abuja.
Thank you so much. So before we continue, we have comments on our Facebook page, and it says, "Good evening, watching you live from National Assembly quarters. Please keep up the good work." This is from Suleiman Dan, Fulani National Assembly quarters.
Well, thank you very much.
And then we have Nwachuku Kennedy Chinedu, voice of Umbaise, from I hope I get this name right. God.
Say it, no matter how.
God Umuhu Kwato. Said, "Good evening, everyone here in the studio. We are really enjoying the program. So please keep your comments coming, and also if you have any questions." Now, before we continue, we have an announcement, and that is from the Nigerian Institute of Town Planners, the FCT chapter. The FCT Town Planners Day, which is coming up on the 27th of August 2025, and it's 9 a.m. at the Yaradura Center. Now, this is a place where you can come and be a part and understand what we have been talking about. There'll be a lot of time, and I'm very sure you get to ask questions and know what is happening. All right, so wow, I'm looking at the time. I mean, well, there's this one question, this last question I want to ask about, and it's still on on the implementation of the Abuja. Can you just give us, maybe just like in 2 minutes, the biggest challenges faced in the implementation of this? Because I know that there are certain challenges that are being faced in this implementation. So just maybe one or two.
All right. Thank you very much once again.
Yeah.
Implementation of Abuja Master Plan
Yeah.
certainly has a lot of problems.
Yeah.
But the most important problem
Yeah.
there is finance.
Yeah.
To put the infrastructure
Okay.
down. The Nigerian government,
Yeah.
is struggling with resources to develop the city. And last week, my senior colleague here spoke about population explosion.
Yes.
Development of the city was envisaged in phases.
Okay.
But right now, I can tell you there is no phase that has no large number of people staying there, even though the basic engineering infrastructure has not been provided. So what it means is that by our own standard,
Yeah.
people are living a life that they should not live. Because when you live in a place that is no infrastructure provided, there is
Yeah.
no basic facilities and services, we believe you are living below average standard.
Okay.
And in a planning, the minimum standard is that one, you should be able to have good road network, you should be able to have good schools,
Yeah.
good hospitals, good water and electricity.
Yeah.
But because of high population implosion to the FCT, and because the resources cannot be able to meet up with the provision of these infrastructures, at a go. So they are doing it in phases.
So like maybe my own a little before we round up is that what he's trying to say is that population explosion has become a problem in Abuja today.
Okay.
And some of the neighborhood concepts have a designed population standard that is envisaged to stay there. Then at the district level we have a population level that is supposed to be there. So if we are planning for 5,000 people within a neighborhood, then we're planning for maybe 4 neighborhoods that make up this 50,000 residents. But today you see a district that has more than 250,000 people living in it. So it means there's a lot of overstretch of infrastructure. So there's implementation problems.
All right. Oh, thank you so much for this insightful discussion with our experts today. Now, our discussion still continues. I'll give you a number, a WhatsApp number, where you can send your questions to, and that is 08061219684. You can also drop your questions on our Facebook at Eagles FM. You drop your questions there and you get your answers. So thank you so much for being in the studio with us today. I wish we can still continue. Maybe we'll do phase 3 of the Abuja master plan.
Yeah, we expect people to really tune in by calling and sending their questions, so we can be able to know exactly what the people are thinking, what they are feeling, so we could be able to profile solutions and answers to them.
All right. Thank you very much. My name is Olubumi Ruben, and see you next Thursday.
Thank you.
Where green spaces thrive, communities connect, and innovation flourishes. Town planning shapes the future. From transportation hubs to public parks, every detail matters. Town planning creates spaces that inspire and uplift the community. Join the conversation every Thursday by 5 p.m. on Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja. Town planning, building cities that thrive. This is brought to you by the Nigerian Institute of Town Planners FCT chapter.
Competitions? They don't exist. With Eagles, you soar.
Any money where I get, I deflect, I devote, the best.